On
20% of what?
bump bump. There you go. I'm going to face this side tonight because I had an accident with my tooth. My dentist has a saying called "Smiles change lives," and they do. But at least I know where they are. If you guys are here for the first time, welcome. Know that we have a 2-minute light. When that light comes on, you got 2 minutes. And also, if you could post us, post yourself, do something. I'm trying to act like I care tonight, okay, guys? I am so out of it. I mean, listen, I thought we landed in LAX. I woke up because I saw people getting off the plane. And I go, fuck, I did this again in first class. I did it before. I sat down in first class, passed out. Didn't get anything. Okay. They were changing planes. We were not moving. We were sitting for 2 hours. I mean, how far out is that? That's scary. My tooth, isn't it? I know. Half these women think about it out here. It's not their teeth. It's not their boobs. It's not their ass. So who cares? Just call me Miss Fang. Hey. All right. I'm going to start this with a little different. I haven't seen this guy for a long time. Let's give some love to the comedy of the one and only Dubby Dove. Come on, Dove.
Keep it going.
Go! Keep it going.
Where's he at?
He's right here.
Somebody get Dove. Hey, there he is.
Yeah! All right. Settle down, everybody.
You look like you just killed a moose.
It's funny you should say that, because every time I see somebody with a missing tooth, I think about when I was about 14 years old, I was walking down the alley, and this guy pulled up next to me with a missing tooth, and he's like, hey man, what's up? I was like, I'm walking down the alley, I'm 13 years old. He's like, hey man, you want to get your dick sucked?
No!
And I was like, nah. He's like, sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So that's it. Every time I even had I had a chipped tooth for a couple of months. And every time I looked in the mirror, I would see that guy. I'd be like, there he is. Anyways, I just thought I'd share. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I love it, man. It's great. It's a wonderful holiday. I love Thanksgiving. I love it because, about gratitude. We could all use that. We got our busy lives. Time to just stop and reflect and just give thanks for white settler colonialism.
There you go.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, where would we be without good old settler colonialism? Am I right? Yeah, who doesn't love a good colonizer? Yeah. We'd be in some wigwam right about now, you know what I mean? Be like, give it up for your next comic. Dances with Wolves, let's go! Yeah. I love Native American culture. Gotta give it up for that. Native American culture. Yeah! Give it up the Wampanoags.
I know those motherfuckers.
The Narragansetts, the Pokanokets. Those were the Thanksgiving Indians, Native Americans. The Mormons, they think they have this theory, I don't know, I guess they believe this, that the Native Americans were descended from the lost tribes of Israel.
Yes.
You know this.
I do.
Yeah. And I was thinking I believe it. I totally believe it, because if you think about like Indian names, they sound like they were given by Borscht Belt comedians. They're like, hey, bloated buffalo, how's your wife? Sitting pumpkin squash, hey. You know what I mean? They're Jewish, clearly. Yeah, which makes all of this, land, Jewish land, we should acknowledge, Yeah, I think it's appropriate to give some acknowledgement, because you do that. I like it's just a gesture, I'd be like, before we start this, take a moment to recognize that we are on the unceded land of the Goldbergs and the Rosensteins. Yeah, a little land acknowledgement. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, boy, what a year, man. I'm still in shock over the election. I'll be honest. I was caught completely off guard. I was just sure that Cornel West was going to win. It was so close. I wasn't even close. He lost by so many votes. Do you know who Cornel West is? No? You should say no, Cornel.
Yeah, no.
You know Cornel West, yeah?
He's a professor.
Oh, yeah.
He's a professor. He was a professor of yours?
Yes, he was.
Oh, no kidding.
He used my name. He didn't like me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would take that as a compliment. I would take that as a badge of honor. Wear that as a badge of honor. No, he was... try to picture this in your head for a moment. Like, if you know who Karl Marx is?
Yeah.
If Karl Marx and the boxing promoter Don King had a baby, right? Cornel West, is that fair?
I only know Don King.
You only know Don King. You don't know Karl Marx, big beard, 18th century economist, philosopher. Oh, okay.
As
You-
a reference, it's hard visually.
Okay, he had big old beard, big thing. Well, just imagine in your heads, just Don King and Karl Marx, for those who can use a picture, making love.
Ooh.
I was thinking about this. I think Karl Marx would be the bottom because he identifies with the underclass. You know what I mean? Thank you. Hey, all right. A little political humor. All right. Yeah, no, that election was insane. The Latino men voted for Trump like almost 60%. Did you guys catch that? Like he won the Latino vote. That was insane. After everything he said about Mexicans are rapists and all that, I was surprised by that.
And Mexico elected a Jewish woman.
Weird times we're living in, right?
I mean,
But I was like, how? How did they vote for him? And then I was thinking, well, a lot of Latinos, they come from like really big families. And families are tough. I think we can all agree. And more people, the more drama.
Yeah.
Maybe they just got to a point they're like, you know what? Maybe we could use some more of this family separation. Okay, that's a sick joke. It's a sick joke. You know me, Sunda. I'm raising awareness. That's what we're doing. I'm not condoning the hideous policy of family separation. I'm raising awareness through my humor. Okay? Thank you. I'm not a racist. There's not a racist bone in my body. But I haven't checked. You know what I mean? Like, how do you check to see if, we have like over 200 bones in our body. Can we be sure that I don't know, what if you did like a survey and you found out like your like left metatarsal, on your like pinky finger was like a Nazi or something. You're like, there's a fucking racist. Racist bone in the body. Just you like injure it. People are like, oh, you okay? I'm like, fuck that guy, man. He's a racist. We're having fun here, people. We are having fun. Yeah. Thanksgiving is a very interesting history. It's based on a book that was written by this guy, William Bradford, who was the governor of the Plymouth colony for like 40 years. And he took like meticulous records of the whole story. And it's really actually a fascinating story. I've been reading about it. So a couple of things that are interesting. One, first winter, half of them died. There was 104 people on the Mayflower, and half of them just kicked the bucket. They just died. So it was just like horrible. But somehow they managed to survive with the help of the Narragansett Indians, and they prospered over the next generation. And this today, remarkably, between 40 and 50 million Americans have descendants going back to the Mayflower, to that surviving group of 50 people. And you're like, wow, that's crazy. And it's because they fucked like rabbits. They were fucking each other. It was like a fucking hippie commune. They averaged like 8 kids per family, and they ran into trouble because, well, they had this issue with adultery. Did that remark? I just want to know how am I doing on time? 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Less than 2. Thank you. It's a crazy story. But I was reading about this. One story just jumped out on me, and I'll share it with you. It's a story about this guy, Thomas Granger, 17-year-old kid, was convicted for bestiality. It's not funny. It's a very sad story. But he was accused of having sex with a mare, 2 cows, 5 sheep, a couple of goats, and a turkey. No, that's it. Like, so many questions. Like, how do you have sex with a turkey? And I was just like reflecting on this. It was just thrown out there in this story. Like, I was like, what? That's a crazy story. Like, what was going on? I thought about like the turkey in the whole situation. Like, because what happened is they used Leviticus, a Bible to punish him, and so he had to watch the animals that he had had sex with be burnt in a pit, and then they executed him. I know. I don't know where the joke is in all this. I'm just like so amazed by this story. Yeah, it's there somewhere. But anyhow, I guess I'll just stop there.
Where can we find you?
Oh, where can you find me? Oh, shit. You can find me at Dove Rudnick Comedy on Instagram, or you can come see my monthly show, Seriously Joking, in Inglewood, California at the Miracle Theater. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I'm going to record you guys. I want them to see my teeth. Oh, my God. Sean has such good eyes. Well, I was so upset on the plane, but that's okay. All right, guys, you ready for some salsita stuff? Is that how they say it here? Salsita? No. I want to say thank you so much. We're doing so many things here, first of all, besides getting me a new tooth. We're doing podcasting. We have an open house December 8th for actors. There's no cover. You just have to RSVP. It's with the Film Actors Cafe. It's being run by Aaron McIntyre. But right now I bring to you the comedy and the producer of the one and only Billy Ramirez.
I've been in like producer mode. Now I got to go up and tell jokes, and what do I do? My name is Billy Ramirez. I am 43 years old, which I guess officially makes me a middle-aged man, a middle-aged muchacho. And that's an interesting place to be because I'm not yet officially old, but I mean, to some people I'm old, because I am from the late 1900s. But I'm not like officially old, but I will be old, and that's something to get used to. And one way I'm trying to get used to the fact that I either am old or will be old, officially old, is like one way is my sheer and outright refusal to learn how to text using any sort of shorthand or slang. Like I refuse to do so. For me, it's proper grammar and punctuation or nothing, and that includes the Oxford comma. But to be completely honest with you, though, I don't do that just because I'm getting old. I mean, I really only do that just to show off my communication degree, because I certainly don't show it off to where I live or with what I drive. I don't know if you remember an old episode of The Simpsons, which by now they're all old because they're on like season 82. But about 20 years ago, when I was embarking on my journey towards my so lucrative communication degree, there was an episode where the kicker for Springfield University injures his leg in the big rivalry game. And in the locker room, Dr. Julius Hibbert tries to comfort the poor kicker, and he tells him, "Oh, I'm afraid you'll never play football again. At least you can fall back on your degree in communications." Oh, dear Lord, no. And then the kicker goes, "Yes, I know he's a funny major. Lubchenko learned nothing." Well, that joke is funny to me again, because it is said that comedy is tragedy plus time, and, well, enough time has passed, and the tragedy is a communication degree. Let's see what else is going on with me. I'm going through a lifelong identity crisis, being Billy Ramirez. My parents apparently had Lorenzo reserved for me, but I don't know. They say because I came out this white, they gave me Billy. So I've always been a Mexican-American guy named Billy my entire life. So that causes a bit of an, identity issues. But maybe it doesn't, because maybe it serves to my advantage. Like, for example, not too long ago, a fellow comedian here, she was trying to support her punchline about white dudes. She was trying to really punch it up, and she reached out to me for a fist bump. Thank you, white dude. And I shook her off, and I did not fist her. I did not give her the fists. And then she looks at me and goes, why not? And I said, well, because I'm not Mexican. Or I said, oh, because I'm not white. And she goes, she's telling me brand new information that I've never heard before. She goes, well, you look white. Like, yes, don't you think I exploit this as much as I can? Like, this skin tone right here is a free 15 to 20 mile an hour speeding pass. For example, over on Santa Monica Boulevard in Butler, there's a police station. I ran a red light in front of a police officer. You know what the police officer did? Nothing. He just shook his head, just maybe he might have been slightly disappointed. But if I look like one of my cousins from Michoacan, like the purple ones, they would have dragged him out and beat the hell out of him, But no, for me, I like to exploit this as much as I can, and I don't know, how much could I push it? So, how women, they go to concerts and they get all dressed up and to try to get back. I don't know what to try to maximize their opportunities or whatever to get backstage. But I'm sure I could accomplish the same thing just with a dedicated look and a clipboard. Just if I walk in with a clipboard and a just direct walk, I'm pretty sure I can go anywhere. I don't know. Let's see how long I push it. Maybe at one point I'll just find myself in a weird situation where just what's that, sir? I'm sorry. I was looking for the gift shop. I just went out the wrong door. And Billy, my name's Billy, sir. Yes, nice to meet you. I'm sorry. I am aware that this is an active runway. Oh, I'm sorry. 777 coming in. I'm sorry. We'll see how far it goes. What I'm trying to tell you is that with this skin tone and being named Billy, I could have gotten into January 6th without any tickets. Day of, I could have gotten in. I like to tell that part because it usually lands in an adjacent fart, It's we're having a good, we're having a good time. Oh man, come on, this guy. Anyways, sorry. This is a new experience for me. Now coming from over the producer corner, and I hosted on Friday, which was weird to me because I just started here a few months ago, and this is a great place to get your comedy worked out. Started a few months ago just to try to get over stage anxiety and whatnot. Now I'm hosting, but what's weird is that I've been a drummer a lot longer than I've been a comedian. Okay, so I'm used to this would be comfortable. Imagine that's a bass drum. Here's my hi-hat stand. If I could tell jokes like this, that would feel a lot more comfortable. Maybe add 5 band members and their amps and guitars, and meanwhile I'm just tucked back here in my drum nook. That's comfortable. But now as a comedian and a host, you got to entertain everyone. It feels like the rest of the band didn't show up. It's oh Jesus, I got to entertain everybody. Oh my Lord. But as a drummer, hiding back there, I've read books between songs. I've accidentally forgotten to start a song because I'm back there reading. My guitarist Sean is all right, next song is called Green Flash. So next song, and then I'm just back there. I'm sorry, Sean, my bad. I was just reading about a caterpillar that was hungry. Anyway, so I was going to say, how much time do I have? But I would be the one answering that question. So let's see if I can read over there. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I speak Spanish. I don't know if that's obvious. Que no es obvio que yo hablo español, que yo soy latino, que hablo español. This guy, I love showing it off as much as I can, by the way. It's amazing. For example, I love living in LA. I'm from the Bay Area. I mean, there's obviously Mexicans in the Bay Area, but there's way more down here, and I love it. And I love showing off my español whenever I can. And whenever I go to a Mexican restaurant, and I overhear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla, chicken fajitas, chimichangas, something like that. By the way, it's a travesty that Eric Estrada and Celia Cruz never teamed up for anything. They could have had a show called Chips and Salsa. That one's on the house. Right, never mind. That was terrible. But whenever it's my turn to order at one of these Mexican restaurants, I just cannot resist auditioning for a telenovela that nobody's shooting. Just all of a sudden, you know, it's just like, it could be night and the sun's in my eye, and like, doesn't matter who, like, preciosa, it'd be a sweaty dude, preciosa. En este momento yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, una piña fiel y una torta de jamón muy amable, buen provecho, que Dios te bendiga. When I'm feeling extra confident, I'll throw in some bonus words like, entonces, por supuesto, crepúsculo. I don't know. The problem is I have this face and demeanor, so sometimes I order in fluent Spanish, and then in return I'll get okay, do you want hijo de tu puta? Like, fine, sir, I will have some of that green whack-a-mole, whatever it is. I know what it is. But really, whenever I get a chance to show off my Espanol and be a proud Latino and all that, I just go overboard and just go basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone watches the news, but if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in EZ. There's a very good chance that reporter is going to take every opportunity to cherish the Spanish language. And that's how I hablo Espanol, like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment. Something like, police don't have any further information on the suspect. Reporting live from El Camino Real in Santa Clara. This is Gustavo Gutierrez, el mero más chingón, tú sabes, way, for ABC 7 News. Back to you, Nancy. That's all I got for today, so please find me at BillyRamirez.com. I like to go old school. We'll start with the website, you know, let's start from there, BillyRamirez.com, and please give it up for oh yeah, hold on, let me check the list again. What was your first name? Michael. Hold on, let me pretend I know what I'm doing.
You do.
Yeah, we're gonna just take that from the top, and that was supposed to be my job. Never mind. So please welcome to the stage now, Mike Fuentes.
Thank you. All right. How you guys doing? Man, you got a nice setup over here. I like it. Everything is clean over here.
It was me.
Okay, you guys. Hey, give it up for me. I pay my child support. All right. One of my kids is turning 17, so I have one more year with one of them. So can I get another hand for just? I got one more year. I get mad when people ask me about my kids' like birthdays because I don't know their birthdays. You know, I get mad because why would you want to ask somebody like when's their birthday, right? And I don't know them because I have 2 kids and I get them mixed up. They're like born like really close to each other. Yeah, man, I had no clue you were a Latino, man. And I'm a Latino. I don't have a big family. I have the smallest family in the world.
Bye, jokes.
All right, cool. Hey, there's nothing better than a good racist joke to me. Like if it's a crafted, nice racist joke, I love it. Like, there's this I'm in the construction business. There's this redneck guy from like Arizona at work, and he can't believe I don't eat bread. Like he can't believe that I can't eat bread and I'm like on a strict diet. And he said that I was a wetback from the year 3000. And I started laughing. That was funny to me because they say that when people roast you, it's because they love you, you know? And I felt like he was comparing me to like Elon Musk because he said the year 3000. So that means that I'm ahead of time, right? Yeah, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. And then he'll call me shit like, he won't call me wetback, but he'll call me moistback, motherfucker. And that's funny. I like it. But then I'm not one of those sensitive guys that you can't really do that in certain jobs, but in the construction business, we get away with a bunch of stuff. You can't say that at school, to anyone, huh? Oh, hell no. Okay, you guys, down in Santa Monica, there's the pier, and towards the end you can like get to see people fishing, and there's also people singing there. Have you guys noticed that? There's this guy that was there, and he was like, "Hey, the pier doesn't pay me. Like, you know, like I live on donations, and if you guys want a song, like I can do the song for you guys." And then I was like, all right, cool, fuck it. So I gave him $5, and I told him I wanted to hear "These Hoes Ain't Loyal" by Chris Brown. Right? You guys, have you heard that song? Oh yeah. And then he said no. He said there's kids, and he said he's not a rapper. And then, but that's like an R&B song to me, right? That you sing that, right? Yeah. So I said, okay, whatever, man. So I felt like he wanted something a little bit more like R&B-ish, like. So then I told him if he can do J. Cole and Drake, "Can I Hit It in the Morning?" You guys don't know about that one, huh? You ever heard "Can I Hit It in the Morning" by Drake? Yeah, it's a great fucking classic, man.
They played that at his bar mitzvah.
So he said, fuck that. He said, no, there's kids here, right? So I said, fuck it, man, whatever, do whatever you want. Play some R. Kelly, right? And he did that song, I Believe I Can Fly. He did that. And I got him video, I got proof. Everything I say is real too, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. So I watched Pretty Woman for the first time recently. I didn't know that movie existed. And have you everybody here watched that, right? Yeah. And it really pissed me off because back in the 90s, $100 could get you somebody like fucking what's her name? Julia Roberts, right?
Yes.
I was about to say Cindy Crawford, but she is as pretty as Cindy Crawford, right? $100. $100 will get you Cindy Crawford for 1 hour. Those were the rates back then. For $100 now, you get somebody that looks like Danny DeVito or something. You know? You can't get shit for $100. Yeah, the way they retail pussy here in the U.S. is horrible, right? Right? It's terrible because it's either very, very cheap, like crackhead, like I eat cup of noodles, Spirit Airline pussy, or there's like the very fancy Hilton hotel, buy me a Gucci bag, purse, $1,000 or $2,000 like an hour pussy. And I feel like we should like fight, and I hope Trump takes care of this. We should fight for like the blue collar pussy, you know? That'll be good. That's a good idea, huh? Yeah. Hey, you do not like Trump at all, huh?
Dresses like he loves them.
Oh man. Well, there's nothing you can do anymore, man. But you gotta deal with that shit for 4 years, or right? What's after that? Like, what happens after 4 years? Like, what they gonna do in 4 years? Who you think's gonna run?
We gotta go to other countries.
We gotta go to other countries. Well, you know what? We're just talking about India, where they have fucking dentists in the street, shit. In the street, that you can get dental work. And I just came back from Guatemala, which is a third world country, and I went to a Hooters over there. and I went into a Hooters where there was one girl, and she was 8 months pregnant. The Hooters girl was 8 months pregnant, and I have proof of that. I got a fucking video. I said, no, ain't nobody gonna believe this shit. I'll show you guys the shit before I leave. Everything I say is true. So, yeah, we have it good here. I mean, I don't know why people complain. This is like the best place to live, no matter what. Like, you know, you're over here having fun and shit. You know what I mean? And you have way too many coats on to be fucking. It's fucking. You are ready for the fucking like. You ready to go like deep sea fishing or something, huh? Yeah. It's not that fucking cold, is it? Well, you don't even have a jacket, huh? Oh, yeah. It's not that cold, huh? It just started like.
I had the air conditioning on.
Oh, you have the AC on? Oh, cool. All right. Hey, how much time do I have? Because this should be going too fast. 2 minutes? 3 minutes. All right, cool. Hey, you guys, maybe you guys can help me with this. All right, 2 minutes, real quick. Maybe you guys can help me with this. I need some feedback on this. So I feel like I'm on the road to win a Nobel Peace Prize, man. Because I'm going to save a bunch of lives, man, I swear. So check this out. So I feel like I have the solution for the abortion problem that we have here in the U.S. Like, the system right now is like unlimited abortions. That's the system that we have right now, right? Yeah, right? It's pretty much unlimited, right? And I feel like we should keep it unlimited as is, but we're going to have to put a couple of restrictions. So I feel like I'm going to save a bunch of lives with this system because if we allow women to have one abortion where it's just no questions asked, it's free, like we'll pick you up from the house and then like take you to the hospital and then return you to the house and we'll have a nurse take care of you, and you have one free abortion and that's it, right? But the second one, you gotta treat it like a DUI, you know, like fucking under the influence, right? And you will have to upload a picture of you on the internet, like on the second abortion. Like that's my system. Do you think that's a good idea?
I'm gonna get in trouble no matter what. Actually.
Well, if you upload a picture, I swear I will save lives, because there's women out there that will be protecting themselves from like just getting like going and having raw like sex and like getting cream pied and all that, like because they know that their picture is gonna be on the internet. So I'm gonna fucking save lives by a significant amount, because girls are gonna be like having sex and they're like, be careful, I don't want my picture on the internet, you know. Right? So it sounds pathetic, but I could probably. You're a teacher. Can I win a prize for that? Sure. Oh fuck! I'm sorry, man. What do you want me to talk about? Man, you want me to talk about Spirit Airlines?
Why not?
Anyways, hey, thank you guys. Peace.
Yeah, baby. Come on.
Where do we find you?
I'm on all the construction sites here in Los Angeles. In my style, you see, I'm like Al Bundy and shit.
Look at my style. Big Miss Fang.
Yeah.
I am Miss Fang.
Thank you.
Oh, had a great time. Now, this is going to be fun, listening to us and watching me try to pronounce the comedy of Sean Taggart. I said it. I got it. Okay, come on, Sean.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, you do.
That was pretty good. I think you did well.
Thank you.
I like that. That was like good. You're bringing up the lack of sex workers for the middle class. It's true. It's like no, but like it's shrinking for the entire middle class. Like the middle class is shrinking, so it only makes sense that the sex workers for the middle class would shrink as well. I think you might have like an economics degree. Is that what it is? I just want to start by acknowledging we're on Jewish land. Well, it's not yet, but they could like ask for it at any moment, and you know, like if they want it, it's fine. Not to this crowd. Okay, I got it. That dude, that 17-year-old, by the moment you said it, I was like, bro, what are you talking about? The first thing you said was the mayor. Clearly he did fuck the mayor, and then the mayor was like, okay, I gotta make this seem like it's not real. He also fucked a cow, he also fucked 2 doves in a pear tree, and he also fucked a turkey. Like I think just he fucked the mayor, and then the mayor was like, I gotta throw him off the scent. I think that's what happened. Someone else, who mentioned the hungry caterpillar? Was that you as well? Who mentioned the hungry caterpillar? Dude, it's so funny you mention that, because anytime I'm like talking to a girl at a bar and she mentions that she like reads a lot, I'll be like, oh, like I've never read, but I'll still ask. Like with the emptiest, oh, what are you reading? You know, and they'll just be like, I'm reading A Tale of Two Cities, you know, by whatever. And then I'll just be like, oh, is it good? I don't care if it's good, you know. And then they'll be like, what are you reading right now? And I'll just be like, it's about a caterpillar eats loads. You'll get to it. But you got to say it that quick. Because then, like, they know, like, oh, he's willing to feign interest in stuff he doesn't like, and he definitely can barely read. And I think that's, like, important. They know that off the rip. You were just mentioning the Nobel Peace Prize, bro. It's like you could just say you won. Like just tell people you won last year. No one knows who won the Nobel Prize last year. It's not like it's the Super Bowl where everyone's like, no, I think it was Kansas City, actually. Dude, my friend told me, he's like, I love cup of noodles. The guy won the Nobel Prize. And I was like, did he? I guess that kind of makes sense, like a food scarcity thing. And he's like, no, it's an expression. I'm like, okay, well, that's not what an expression is. But he did not win the Nobel Prize, but I was willing to believe it right away.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, say it. I believe you. I don't shop local, but I do shop human. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to take a Waymo here for $12.85, and I instead took an Uber for $13, and I tipped. All right, so thank you. I wrote hold for applause, so you guys already knew. That was pretty good. Dude, and I'll also always, if it's like a food delivery thing, I'll pick the person. I'll never pick the little thing called like a Coco or whatever they're called, the little tiny lunch box, the cooler that's like on wheels with googly eyes and like some branded movie deal going on at any given moment. Like, I'll always pick the person. Because like I have a theory that those aren't even AI. I don't think they are AI. I'm pretty sure it's like just a person in another country controlling it. And like some Filipino kid thinks his mom got him a video game, but he's actually just being put to work, and I don't want to take any part of that.
It's really slow.
Dude, I had this is the whole reason I came. Like, I might have to come tonight. I had like a crazy ass experience at work on Saturday. I have like a day job, but I still have like serving shifts maybe 2-3 times a week. And for the first time in like 6 years, this lady hated me. Like, I'm pretty good at tables. This lady just genuinely hated my guts. But what had happened was a table had a complaint. About something that happened last week. They pull me over. They talk to me for like 5 minutes, talk my ear off. These people, they don't know how long they're talking. I eventually break away. I take their order. And you know what they say to me right away? They're like, okay, it's clear. You have your favorites over here. These are your regulars. You want to give them all the attention. You think I'm not going to give you a tip. And I was like, fuck, she's Iranian. We could have bonded over this. But now there's like there's no moment of me like working it in now. Because now she'll be like, oh, what kind? Muslim? You're the devil. It's like, it just would go with what she's already thinking. So, I did forget a Diet Coke. That is the one thing I will admit to. But at one moment, she's like, it's just very clear where your priorities lie. They got their desserts before we even got our appetizers. I don't know if you ever worked in a restaurant. Desserts are baked in the morning. All right? You're just putting it on a plate. They come out in like 2-3 minutes every time. If your dessert's ever taking really long at a restaurant, your guy forgot. All right? And I forget sometimes. But I didn't forget their apps. All right? So they're like, it's very clear where your priorities lie. And I was like, miss, I understand you're upset. I should be spending more time with you. They had a complaint that they really felt the need to share with me. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I get it. I don't want to hear from you. I see where your priorities lie. So whatever. I get the manager to go over, give them some free drinks or whatever. They're not going to be happy. They leave me $20 on like $3.80. Who cares? All right? The most insane thing is the curb your enthusiasm level of complaint that pulled me away from the table. Because usually I can break off, but this was an insane story. I was like, I need to hear this. They pulled me aside for 5 minutes to tell me. And this is what this lady tells me. I walk over to the table. Her husband's like, no, don't. She's like, no, he should know. He should know. Last week we were here. We had a waitress taking care of us. She was an older lady. And, I was like, there's a balloon in the back. It says 140. No one's turning 140. Can you find out what that 140 means? I'm like, oh, and she didn't find out what the 140. And it's like, no, I'll get to it. She wants to make the story take 10 years. So then she's like, so I ask her, and she goes over there, and she finds out what the 140 is. It was a guy's 80th birthday, and it was also his 60th wedding anniversary. He got a 140 balloon. Like, oh, is that bad news? It's like, no. So then we start talking. We start talking about longevity. Could anyone live to 140? And she volunteers the information that she has stage 4 breast cancer. And I don't want to hear that. I'm at dinner. She's like dead serious, like there's nothing wrong. And I'm like, she's like, and also it's just the timing of which she told me. The timing, it's very close to when she's dropping the check. Now I'm feeling obligated. Do I have to give a very big tip? I did, by the way. Anyways, now I was just driving home, and the whole evening I'm wondering, was it even true? Yeah, it was true. She does have cancer. It is a rare form. Yeah, but don't you just agree with me? It's unprofessional to tell me that, At the same time, like, it is kinda, but also like, what a heartless bitch are you that you feel the need to pull me aside and be like, she told me she had stage 4 cancer. And to be honest, it kind of put a damper on my evening. What the fuck? It was like a genuine complaint. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what to tell you. She's like, well, at least it's true. And then I dropped the bill, and she's like, do you have any ailments you want to let us know about? I told her I stubbed my toe in the morning, but it didn't give me anything extra. I believe everyone should have 2 jobs, not really because the economy demands it. I mean, that too, but also just because it lets you, tap in with different people. Like I work a corporate job right now. We sell like ad sales for like influencers, but they're really all just college athletes. And I informed someone at my other job, at the restaurant job, I'm like, actually you can make a lot more money off the girls than you can the guys. And he goes, oh, because they're dumber? Like, it was a genuine question. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't tell if that, like, you would get canceled in like the first corporate meeting. Like, and you want to have like, you're looking for a job? No chance. Like, people don't understand like that you have to like be a normal person. Like, people will work certain jobs where they've never had to be a normal person for years, and then they like go into a corporate job and they're like, I can still be ridiculous, right? It's, no. Come on. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I would never pray on someone else's downfall because I don't pray. But I have conducted a seance. And, I'll also hope for it often and celebrate after it happens. But to pray for it every day, who has the time or the belief? I have neither. Okay. I just found out in fishing tournaments, they drop the fish from a plane, which like none of the other fish are going to believe how they got there. So you got here from up there? Yeah, right. No one's ever come from up there. All right. Thank you, guys. My name is Sean Tagdis. Find me on TikTok at Sean Tagdis, Taghdis. Coming back to the stage is Patty. Give it up for Patty. Woo!
Wow. Keep it going for the adorable comedy. Adorable. Am I right? The adorable comedy of Sean Tagdis. See, I said it right, too. Did I not say it right? And I think, when you talk about having to wait on people, working in a restaurant, I really think it should be the law that everybody, no matter what portion of our societal realm they dwell from, to work in that particular, you know what I mean? Because people are shit. You know what I mean? People are, like that woman that you were speaking to, first of all, she's married, and I guarantee you at the time she was venting at you, her husband was just happy that it wasn't fucking pointed at her. You know, that type of, it's because you meet that woman more than, it's not the same woman, but it's the same woman, and you meet her over and over again. Fucking horrible. I'd rather fuck a turkey. Well, no, hold on. I want to make a point here, okay? First of all, it's not hard to fuck a turkey, okay? The hard part is getting the turkey into your hotel room. And everybody is so big now about, PETA and being vegan and not, utilizing animals for our own selfish needs. Yet, people give people shit because they fuck animals. Put yourself in the animal's position. Would you rather be fucked or eaten? Thank you. All right? Would you rather be fucked or eaten? Maybe both. I was maybe both in the same evening. But would you have to tip? What's that?
Well, it depends on the weight of the animal.
You've done this before. You have a little too much fucking knowledge. And then the turkey wasn't enough. He fucked everything on the farm. It was like a fucking Pornhub's version of Old McDonald's had a farm, and he fucked that and a fuck there. And it's fucking horrible. Also, there was a name mentioned earlier who I have an odd fondness for. And the guy is somewhat fucking bulletproof. The man's name is Chris Brown. Give it up for Chris Brown. Chris Brown don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He does what the fuck he wants. Like, you remember, who's the guy? He was a very handsome guy in his day, Johnny Depp. And now he looks like a homeless woman on laundry day. When you see him, like, should be illegal. How many bracelets can you wear at one time? But he had a trial with the girl, she took a dump in the bed, Amber Turd or Heard, whatever it was. And they announced they had spent over $2 million on couples therapy. $2 million. All he'd had to do is send her to Chris Brown's house for the fucking weekend. And that shit would end. Chris would have ended that shit, baby. Send it over there. Oh. have a daughter who's like an activist lawyer, like big activist, and I don't have the heart to tell her she was conceived to R. Kelly's "Ain't Nothing Wrong with a Little Bump and Grind." That rascal. Also, I saw a GoFundMe up the other day to get Nick Cannon a vasectomy, which is maybe that's a good idea. I think he has 16 kids now. 16 kids, and the first kid's name was Monroe. The last kid's name, billionaire minoxidil. And I have a theory as to why. He can't remember any of his kids' names, so he has to name them increasingly ridiculous names. Like there was only 5 in my family, and my father would look at me directly at me. He didn't know which one I was. He didn't know, and which was odd because I'm named after him. Go fucking figure that out. I'm here tonight as a representative of white privilege. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I can say it's true. It exists. It's very true. And it takes the worry out of my Christmas shoplifting. When you have this, I just pick anything up I want. Walk right out. No, I had the security guard help me carry the shit to the car. He's like, "Oh, let me help you with that, sir." It's fabulous. I have my level of white privilege now. To get the same charge, I can shoplift at the airport. That's how fucking bold I am. Fucking shoplift at the fucking airport. Also, I have a rule. If I'm spending $80, I'm stealing something. There's something somewhere in my pocket. And also, if the line is past a certain amount at CVS, I just walk the fuck out. If it's past certain, I just walk right the fuck out. Nobody says anything to me. Or here's another myth that's true. Like the finest of wine, white privilege only gets better with the passing of time. Because when you get to my age, old white privilege, it's even sweeter. Because I can do, here's what I do. Every time I go to the store, if there's sunglasses, I put them on my head. Right? I put them on my head, and I kind of tuck the price tag a little that way, like it could have been an accident, right? And then I go up and I look right at the girl, and I buy everything, and then when I walk out, 8 out of 10 times they never say shit to me. When they do, I go, "Oh, I forgot." And they're like, "Oh, the poor old guy." It's amazing. And I'm an immigrant too. I came here from a different country where white privilege didn't exist. Ireland, of course. There was only white people there. We had problems with being Catholic and Protestant, and that kind of sufficed. But when you land here, like when I landed here, I got it immediately right when you land. It's white immigrant privilege. It's a little different. See, white immigrant privilege, when you look at me, you don't really see an immigrant. You know why? You've been trained by media to look at someone who looks like me and just not see an immigrant, which it helps me. I get white immigrant privilege. I can go anywhere and people don't think I'm from somewhere else. Right? Look at Fox News. If you don't. But there's lots of segments on immigrants. None of them fucking look like me. Nobody from my side of the crayon box. Well, that's a pigment of my imagination. Coincidentally, and I think you should utilize your white privilege, Billy, even if it's mistaken. In the same way that my neighbor Big D occasionally calls me his N-word. I'm a 61-year-old white guy. I never feel cooler than when a cool black dude calls me his N-word. You know what I mean? He's a qualified user. He's allowed to use it. And I base that strictly on the color of his skin, so I'm not a fucking racist. But if the police show up, I don't have any of the worry. I'm nobody's N-word at that point. No, officer, it's not me. Yeah, this is great. Are we having a good time? I know I know that I'm having a good time. My father is in town. My father is an immigrant. Clap if you have an immigrant father. Okay. I am an immigrant, so I have an immigrant father. And no trouble that you have compares to their troubles as a child. And nothing fucking phases them except when I tell him I love him. Like this morning at breakfast, I said, Dad, I love you. He said, are you queer? Are you queer? I said, no. He goes, I suppose so. I suppose so. But queer, very progressive. Very progressive. He told me that he knew that I would be somewhat rambunctious. I like that term, rambunctious. Because this is going to sound bad, but it's going to turn out good. Anybody get beaten as a child? Like whipped with a belt or anything? Oh, okay.
Part of the reason I'm a comedian.
There you go. A little abuse goes a long way in comedy. A little abuse. Well, I would take ass whippings. I would do the shit, and he's like, I knew that there was like, because he used to work 6 days a week, and on Saturday when I didn't have to go to school, he would announce, okay, now Pat, when I come home from work today, I want that lawn mowed. See that the lawn is mowed, Pat. I said, yeah, Dad, okay, yeah. So, it's Saturday. I was smoking weed down the street at the woods, doing anything but fucking that. So then he would be home for dinner. And all you would hear was the clinking of the glasses and the forks touching the plate. It was coming. It was coming. All of a sudden, he said, Patty, did I not tell you to mow the lawn today? I say, yeah. You see, well, yeah, what? I forgot. He said, oh, yeah, well, what if I forgot to get up and go to work tomorrow? I said, then you could mow the lawn, Dad. What's the big deal? What's the big fucking deal? From that point on, I didn't beat any of my children, though. I should have. I have 3 beautiful children. Actually, have 5, but 2 of them are fucking annoying. Yeah. You know one way to tell that you're not the favorite? If you call your parent by their first name, you're not the fucking favorite. Oh, no. I have a son. One son, he calls me, my son Mandrake, calls me by my first name, which I think is his way of getting back at me for naming him Mandrake. But I didn't name him. My wife did. She was working as a magician's assistant at the time. And I was smoking a lot of meth. So, but my son Mandrake, how much time do I have left? None? Okay. My son Mandrake lives an alternative lifestyle. Give it up for the LGBTQ community. Come on. Give it up. We live at a time when you can love who you want to love and be who you truly are. And if that's who he truly is, I got to love him. Am I right? Oh, yeah. Because I'd hate to think he just started sucking cock to spite me. Could be worse, though. He could be a vegan. I've got to tell you, this has been, it's almost like the waiting room at my urologist's office here. But this has been fantastic. You guys have been mediocre. But I love you. And I'm Patty, P-A-D-D-Y, F-O-R-C-O-M-E-D-Y. Let's give it. Are you coming back to the stage soon, or are we signing off, or what are we doing?
Say goodnight to everybody for me.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Listen, on behalf of Sunda, all you people out there in YouTube land, if you're funny, maybe you're funny. People tell you you're funny, maybe you're funny. But they're not going to know. Let's take it from the page to the stage, baby. And you can do that right here at the LA School of Comedy. Yeah. All right? Give it up. Yeah. And good night.
Good night.